Alright, so on this Something New Sunday, we're going to be building my boy Macca's new temporary cage because he is growing and will need a bigger cage. And that is a cage that I want to build on my own because of the size it's going to be. But I was at PetSmart the other day and saw this corner. It's a really nice corner cage, and I think it'll work out for him for close to a year, or at least till I can get the PVC one built. But I was wanting to put them in the corner, and this one's a corner one. And it gives me opportunity. I like building them. I love doing like the wood and everything inside. And so this will be kind of new. I'm trying to figure out how to do it on a corner. So I've already done like the first step already. I went ahead and cleaned it just to get it nice and clean before I start messing with it. Next up, we need to figure out what kind of wood, where the wood's gonna go. Get that in place. I bought him a new little hide because he's kind of outgrowing the one he has now. And so, let me cut this off real quick. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay, so we know we have this. That has to go in here. Which in the store I was kind of looking at it, kind of fits in a lot of places pretty well. And we have a water dish so we have to worry about too. So we have to figure out where to put the logs with this stuff in it, or put them so I can still put the stuff in them, because I want one kind of in the middle, hopefully one up top too, depending on the size of the logs. I don't know, I have tons in my garage, so I'll figure it out. And I'm wanting one straight up and down. So we're gonna figure that out, and all we do is we get the logs. I gotta disinfect them, which luckily this is a smaller cage, so I'm gonna throw them in the oven. Make sure there's no little bugs or anything hiding in there, and then we spray foam them into place. Cover the spray foam with some dirt just so it looks more natural. Throw some dirt in the bottom, probably some mulch. I don't know if I'm gonna plant a plant in this one or not. I haven't decided on that. I would like to, but I think he's also gonna kill it, just like crawling over it or something. I don't know, it might be worth trying to see what happens. But yeah, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting to show you guys like what I do whenever I'm trying to figure out like how I go through the process of figuring out what it's gonna look like, and then how I do it. That'd be kind of fun, because this one's gonna be kind of weird since it's a corner. I gotta either find like a curved log or do like two logs, like one this way and like one this way or something. I don't know. I gotta make sure I really get it in there too, because I don't think he's too heavy yet, but he's gonna get some weight to him so that he can't rip it off. So I'm gonna go look at some logs, figure out what we need to do there, and I'll be back with you when I get some ideas going. All right, show you guys kind of what we're working with on stick wise. So I got a bunch of really good ones for what I'm wanting. And so what I was kind of thinking was like a thicker one, like right in the middle going up. The smaller ones going on the sides, kind of like a tree. He's arboreal, so he loves being in the tree. And he's finally getting used to me. So he does sit out a bunch on his little perches. So I just kind of got to figure out what's going to work the best. I do have some really big ones over there, but I'm trying to wait for his next cage because it'll work good in there. So I got to figure out which one's going to go in the middle. I kind of have to figure out, he is getting used to me, but he still will want a place to hide up high as well as down low. just in case he's stressed for whatever reason. So I gotta figure out how to position it so he can hide, kind of get up in the tree and hide if he wants to be hidden, but also enough room that he can sit there and lay out. It's not super easy to figure out, but I kind of just figure out which one I want as the base first, because then I can work around everything else, you know. So this is the thickest one right here. So I'm thinking about measuring and cutting somewhere off. I don't know how. I gotta measure it all. But this is the thickest one that I have that I don't want to keep for his next one, because those two they're really thick, but I'm gonna keep them. So I'm gonna do some measurements so then we can kind of figure out better what can fit. So I'm gonna go get a measuring tape, and then I'll probably cut this to size, throw it in there, see how it's looking, and then we will move on. Alright, as you can see, gotta cut down. I made sure I left this kind of like split right here, so you know it kind of looks like a tree going up. So we got plenty of playroom with it. I can even cut off the top a little bit if I need to. I don't know if I want it straight up and down and kind of like over to the left a little bit, or if I want it like here, like freestanding, and then use other branches to support it. So then it's kind of like an actual centerpiece. I think that actually looked pretty good. I just need to cut a little bit off the top. Okay, can you see it? Almost. But make it like an actual centerpiece. Maybe even spin it. Like spin it this way maybe. And then I can use the branches that I decide to go across and everything to support this guy. But I can also easily just kind of like push it back in this corner a little bit. It stands on its own, and I can attach it here and up there and not have to worry about it ever falling over, which would be the easier option. But let's cut some of these ones that I want going across and see what we're working with. Because if I can almost create like a little hidey hole back here. If I can get something that goes like a ledge right here almost, which I do have one out there, I think it'll work. So we're gonna go on that one. All right, so one thing that I always forget about when I do this is I'll take a big piece of wood, cut it into 3 or 4 or 5 sections to get the piece that I want. And I'm like, oh, I don't need those pieces anymore, but I could use those pieces again. So just like this one, I cut the end off because it was like this kind of flat, like, it's been cut in half or something. But it's perfect for like a little ledge. So we have a little ledge now. Now it's supported on, can you see it? Yeah, right there, it's supported by that. I prefer it a little higher up, and there is a little one up here. So I might try to move it up there. That's such a good idea, though. Kind of like that. Might be too high though. But I like that I can support it with minimal foam, which I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to do minimal foam on this one. or only foam on these in like back corner where you can't see it. So I like that. I'm gonna go grab another piece from the same stick that I kind of liked. We might have more than one upright. I don't know. Go grab it and we'll see. So this is what I'm kind of working with at this second. Something these two kind of coming up with that one up top. I'm trying to figure out if I can put this one kind of in the middle somewhere, but I kind of like it in the ground because it's like a big thick piece that he could probably go around and hide in if he wanted to, if he wanted somewhere else to hide than in there. But also I need a place for the water bowl. So that might go like inside the water bowl, I don't know. I just kind of liked it because it was like there's two things right there. That's kind of neat looking. Which I need to move it around a little bit, see if I can make it fit better, or I can like stand it. I can probably stand it up. That'll probably look good. So I need some more this way. So I'm gonna go cut a couple to size. Because I have these two ledges that I can rest them on. So we're gonna go find some for that. I think I'm getting closer to what I want. So I do have a big empty space here, but I do want to set some loose sticks right here. And so I got this where I can get in and out easy. Got space for a water bowl to go in. So I think this might be the final thing. Cause it's kind of like he got like everything he needs like right here in the middle. And then if he wants to spread out, you know, he has plenty of room for some open spaces to lay around. So I'm thinking we might go ahead and spray foam this in. Usually I like set it down on the sides to get it in, but I actually got everything to sit right here. So basically I'm gonna, anything on the bottom, I will foam. I think this one I will need to, and this one I might go ahead and do these tops just to cover it. But other than that, I think everything is pretty sturdy. Because like even this one, this is the only one that's kind of not sturdy right now. But once I foam it, it'll be all good. So I'm gonna move on to that, and we will come back once it is sprayed and dry. All right, so the spray foam is in, it's expanded, everything's in place. If you look at it, it does look different. I changed it several times before I actually sprayed the foam, and I finally found something that I like. It's very full. The only open spot's right here where I gotta put his little hut in. And there's still plenty of room for water right here. So yep, that's the final do up. So the thing that changed the most is this. The one that goes right here all the way down here is the other one that was going straight up and down. I couldn't figure out how to do it and get the hut in, so I shoved it in the back over there. I think that was all that changed really. This is a new piece. This was that piece that was in the back. I went ahead and put it on this right here. This piece and this piece are new. This one's just sitting in here actually. Everything else is fine. I threw in 2 rocks down there just to try to help keep those keep this piece and this piece in place while I was spraying it. I think it's dry. Now the part that I don't like is siliconing and putting dirt on this stuff so it looks better. It's hard, always mess it up somehow, but it looks good when you do it. So basically, I'm not gonna worry about the stuff on the bottom. That can all be covered with the dirt that I throw on the ground. What I gotta worry about is this spot right here. There's some back there, right there, right there. And let's see if I can get over. You can see some in the back right there. Maybe the back over there too. The one thing I'm happy about this one is typically it's a rectangle, so you can see the sides, but the sides are this and this. So I'm putting it in the corner. So this will all be hidden, so I don't have to worry about that really. I just have to worry about what we're gonna see right here. So I'm gonna get on to the silicone and dirt. It's a fun, messy process, so see you guys back in a second. So got all that siliconing done. I did miss one spot. Like I said, I'm terrible at it, but you can't see it from the front. So from the front, not much yellow poking out. And if you go peeking around the sides and stuff, it's pretty obvious. But I think this side's fine, right? Yeah, this side's fine. But this is basically your finished product. Now I can put a plant in here if I want to. I don't know if I'm going to. Like I said, I think he's just gonna kill it by climbing all over it. But basically, we got his little hide hole right here that he can go in. I want to put his water like right here. He's still using it. I'm just gonna reuse one that he has already. I need to level that out and everything, but I'm dealing with that. So yeah, just like a little layer of dirt and cocoa fiber. Just a nice layer. I'm gonna put some bark in there, like a little sparsely, just to keep up the humidity since he does need humidity. But yeah, you can see those. I covered those up so you can see the yellow poking through in a couple spots that I missed. But how it kind of just, now it's kind of dark. My lighting's not very good in my living room. There we go. So you can see all the spots I missed now. But you can see how the dirt kind of hides it. I might have to go through a second time and do it. But I think we're gonna end it off here. I figured some people didn't want to see snakes, so I'm gonna wait to put them in. I'm gonna wait to put them in just because I need to do some more stuff. I'll probably put a photo on Instagram or something of him in there. But yeah, so this is basically the finished thing. Lots of sticks and stuff for him to crawl around on. I think he's gonna enjoy it. And then this will also go on my desk. I'll put it in the corner. It should be good. It was a little too wobbly with this old cage, but this one should be better. It's should be heavier. But yeah, so that was something new Sunday. I mean, it's nothing new exactly to me because I have done this before. But I've never done this corner piece, and I figured it'd be kind of neat to show you guys like how I make my cages. Because typically, we can walk over there. Typically I like to do it bioactive, so it's like a living, like the plants are feeding the little bugs in the dirt, and then the bugs are feeding the plants. And it's all a happy dory. So these are all like living, so full of plants and all that. But this one's doing really good. It's growing really good. Which these two are the only ones I've fully done living and everything. I want to switch these two over to being like that. I don't know. She gets really upset if you change anything in her arrangement, so I'm not going to. This one doesn't mind it, so I'm gonna make this one different and do the bioactive stuff. She enjoys something new. And so you can see there's his old cage. You can see how small it is, but same concept. I just threw a bunch of sticks and stuff in there for him to climb on. His little house is super small, and he's starting to get a little too fat for it. And you can see him, he's kind of spread out all the way. Oh, she's out too. I want to change this one to bioactive too, but it's all in time to come. Because once I can get everything working like this wall, I will slowly change everything along with changing that. There's one square missing just because this has stopped working. It gets stuck when it needs to switch over. It turns all these lights on for the plants, and it's getting stuck. It won't turn on. Hey, here he is. This guy's very friendly. Likes to watch people. He's squeaking. I'm sure he's hungry. I need to feed him tonight. He's up there looking to see if he has new food. He doesn't. But yeah. So I'll update Instagram or something when he's in there chilling. But until then, that was Something New Sunday. See you guys next week.